Hello, hello, hello. We are live on Prairie Scraps on YouTube and Facebook, and it is my T-shirt Tuesday, like Taco Tuesday, but without the calories, right? So I'm gonna be going. I'm trying to go live every Tuesday. I've got a whole bunch of T-shirts I want to get made up before I start doing the summer events. So, because our flannels, I'm thinking, are not going to sell as well. So anyway, today I am going to be using this lovely transfer. I'm really excited about it. It actually says overthinking about oh wait, overthinking about overthinking. Yep. Any of you guys overthink things? Put OT if you're an overthinker. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're coming on, make sure you say hello and tell me you're here. If it's your first time that you've ever been watching me, put one ST so I know you've been here. And if you are watching on the replay, that means you don't see that red little light up there. That means that you are watching me on replay. Put hashtag replay so I know you've been here. That helps me out. Of course, do all the things like comment, all those things. So this one has that overthinking about overthinking, and I'd love to hear if there's any other overthinkers in the room, in the house. Put OT if you are an overthinker. This one says indoorsy, which I think is cute. I kind of like the outdoors, but not if I get dirty. So I think an indoorsy t-shirt is appropriate. This one says overwhelmed with the whale on it. It's kind of cute. Overwhelmed. And then this one I think would make an amazing Father's Day t-shirt. In fact, my son-in-law thought this was a funny saying and ordered one for my husband for like, I don't know, Christmas or something. Says this is not a drill and it shows a hammer. I think it's just adorable. So if you're looking for Father's Day gifts, t-shirts are in, right? So this is what we are going to use for today for the t-shirts. And for the t-shirts, I'm going to use that indoorsy one. I am making a large t-shirt that I got from the craft store when it was on sale. You know me in sales, I'm all about sales. So make sure that you're letting me know you're in here. We're going to go ahead and get this started. This is, I don't know if you can tell in the lighting, sometimes the lighting's a little off. It is cold and rainy here, and I'm back to my literally freezing shirt again, because I am literally freezing. So if you're coming on in, make sure you say hello. Let me know you're here. I was thinking two colors. I don't know. Either Bumblebee, the yellow, or Dune. Put BB for Bumblebee if you want to vote for that, or Dune. Hopefully I'll get some answers here shortly. So I'm going to get this ready by putting it onto the mat. I'm noticing lately my mat needs some help. I'm going to have to get another mat again. I would say you can get some anywhere with our mats, anywhere probably in excess of 50 uses out of this. Save the wrapping and the sheet, the clear sheet that goes over the top, because you want to save that stickiness of your sheet. It is reusable mat, and you want it in your t-shirts so that it doesn't smear all over. You just do not want to have it go through and have your back say the reverse of what your front says, or vice versa. If you're doing the back, you know, you don't want to wreck it by doing the back too in reverse, or the front in reverse. That would be bad. Backwards day. If you ever had a backwards day to wear a shirt to, that would be the day. It doesn't go through, like in all spaces, but you will find that it does in many of the spaces. So I'm just going ahead and getting this t-shirt put into the mat, or putting the mat in the t-shirt into the mat. I always like to have the mat kind of straight, and then I will flatten this out and get it nice and straight. Try not to stretch out like I just did the t-shirt fabric, because that will affect your print, right? If you print it in the stretched out position, then it will go back to not stretched when you take it off the mat. Just go ahead and get it down nice and without wrinkles. That's the key, right? And I'm an eyeballer, so I tend to put things down according to how it looks right. And I use these t-shirt aligners to do that. And so I kind of do it off the middle of the tag, also looking at the collar, and then I go side to side to see that it looks the same from side to side when I put the t-shirt alignment. This is something I just, Google or checked for on Amazon. I'm pretty sure they have them in the craft stores as well, in the where they do the t-shirts and bags and things that you can make. So all right, we're going to get this out. Anytime you get a transfer, it has this black sticker across the back. If you don't want to read the note, basically what it's saying is that the copyright on this transfer is going to print off if you don't cover it. So keep that in mind, especially on t-shirts. You don't want to use our ink on it and have it be permanent, right? This t-shirt I did with some pink in it too, and it looked really good. I liked it. My daughter said it didn't really look like pink, but I thought it did. So, from the mouth of babes. But make sure you tune in every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday around 4 p.m. I try to go online. And do you think since that indoorsy is pretty far down, I'm trying to think. Right? Let's see where I did it. See that literally, it's pretty high up. If I did indoorsy, I always like to figure out where they're going to land. I think I need to go a little higher than normal. This indoorsy seems to be a little bit, there's a lot of space above and below it on the transfer. You see these lines? That's where I'm going to take this apart or cut it apart. Oh goodness, I can't even get them apart. I don't cut, you can cut it through with the backing if you like and just have each of the backings be in pieces. I personally like to keep it in a puzzle so I know they're all together. And before we get too far, actually I'm thinking, because a lot of my t-shirts I keep in a binder, but I have to cut them. This doesn't fit in the binder. Thinking about cutting it apart. And I know that once I cut them like this, we're going to first do the smart thing. Do what I say. Put an X on the back of the transfer so you can find the back of it again. If you stick the transfer on the wrong side, you will find that you are going to have a problem. Sorry about this close-up, but I need to get you plugged in. See if I can find the plug. There we go. I'm out of battery. Doesn't mean I'm out of business, though. Good thing, huh? All right. We're going to go ahead and get this part. Try to go in a straight line. That's always the challenge. All right. I will. We got this one a little crooked, but that's okay. Nice thing about the transfers is they're already lined up like side to side. You can go ahead and know that from side to side, they're going to be straight on the pattern. So we are just, and I keep forgetting to do this one trick. To find the center of the transfer, just go ahead and put them, you want to put the faces together, not the sticky side together, and just put a little crease in there. It's fabric. It's a silk transfer, so it's going to come back. When you wash it, you won't even see that crease at all. And we're going to move this, I think, up a little. I don't have to do any sort of fuzzing of the transfer the first time because t-shirt is fabric, right? So it's going to fuzz itself. It's not going to be a problem. Boy, that sounds really close. I don't know where that is. Oh, it's next door. And then, of course, I like to always, whoops, get that out. Kind of use this. Oh, right in the center. Let's see if that works on the other side. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, we're going to look at this again. Oh, that's not coming up right. All right. What in the world? Is it just not? Maybe I don't have it folded down right. I don't know what's going on. This is the other thing you battle when you make t-shirts is that the t-shirts are not made exactly right. There's a lot of flaws in manufacturing these days. So sometimes it doesn't work out how you think it's gonna. Let's just say that. Oops. Trying to get the center. It's sort of a science, but not really. More of about, especially with the lines, I want it to be straight. I want it to be looking like it's okay. That's right there. And oh, it still looks a little bit like it's this way. So I'm gonna move it over a Tish, I think. So how is the weather by you? It looks like the sun is coming out. Let's see. Out to here. Right now, but it has been sort of an ugly day. It's just been pouring and pouring all night and all day. And that's in the mountains. We need it's kind of a catch-22. We need the rain for the water levels, but we don't. The mountain, the soil here doesn't really pick it up, so it just runs and runs and runs and causes landslides. So let's do right here again, a little more than a quarter out. I think we're pretty close. It looks like it's not exactly in the middle according to that, but it is on the front. So all I can attribute that to is I probably don't have it exactly folded right. So if you want a link for those alignments, just put a line down below and I will send you the link for that. Be watching for that in your messenger. So lots of things going on this month. If you are interested in, I thought there's a bump under my transfer and it's not. It's it's inside here. All right, so this is just going to all be one color. I could, you know how I did that one? I think I'm just going to go ahead with Dune. It's not a big decision, really. I'm going to take this off over here because I can already tell we're getting to the bottom of our Dune. We love to use Dune around here. I'm just going to use our small squeegee. If you would like all the things to make this project, put down drill and I will get you the link for shopping for it. Of course, I will get you the squeegee and the ink. We have inks that are in singles packets, so that's what I'll put you to. You could choose your color. I'll put the one that I put in. This is Dune that I'm using, and you can decide whether you want that or you want something else. It's totally your imagination. Oh boy, we are struggling today because we're at the bottom of the barrel here. I'm needing something to get it out, so we're kind of getting to the bottom, and it's definitely in jeopardy of getting dried up because there's so much air in there. So, but that maybe did the key. I'm just going to put this back in here. If your ink gets dried up or gooey, mine's looking a little bit on the gooey side, I will admit, just feel free to add a little bit of water at a time and mix it up until it is, you don't want to go too far because inks can be too runny too, and that causes a problem. But go ahead and just put some water in and mix it in. They're water-based, non-toxic. I'm just taking off any of the excess and putting it back in the jar. I'm going to set that up there. And I'm going to also kind of move some of this down because I don't want it all sitting up. I want to put it all together so it stays wet with itself. We've got maybe one more use out of this. Maybe. We'll definitely have to use the spatula for that. So we also sell these little spatulas. They're not expensive at all, as well as the squeegees. So I will put those all together on a list or a shopping list if that's something that interests you. Make sure that you let me know by putting drill, and I will get you everything for making this cute t-shirt. If you are not an outdoorsy person or somebody you know, what a great gift. Obviously, are you guys ready for Mother's Day? Do you have your Mother's Day gifts? T-shirts would make a nice gift, but at this point, we can't get the transfers out unless you already have transfers on hand. Always before you peel, make sure that you wash your hands because you do not want to get little bits of ink on things. You know, it makes a mess. I've got a piece of the transfer there's pulling out. You don't want to get the bits on it. It is permanent. It does not dry up in the transfer like chalk paste. I think working with the ink is easier sometimes than working with the chalk. So I'm just going to peel this nice and slow, and I'm going to peel from the center. Always peel from the top or the side and not diagonally because that stretches the silk fabric. Oh goodness, does that look nice or what? So nice. Nobody would ever believe that I made this, right? It looks like something you did with vinyl. You would not believe that I actually used ink and did it myself. So what I will do is let this dry for 24 hours on the t-shirt. I will take the mat out. I will let it dry for 24 hours and then I will take and heat press it. All ink you want to heat press. Isn't that cute? I think it is so adorable. So adorable. So cute. I think that landed in the right place. I'm not sure. I'm always concerned about the placement on your chest. I will take the mat out, let it dry for 24 hours, and then I will take an iron and a piece of parchment paper, put the parchment paper down, and run as hot of an iron as you can for the fabric you have. So you could do dish towels, you can do bags, you could do t-shirts, we do flannel shirts here. And I'm going to show you in a minute. This mat is actually going to be quite stained. It goes through fairly easy. See that? It went through. And I'll just take and wipe that off with my baby wipe that doesn't have any chemicals. Oh, and be careful of your fingers. That's the other thing. Because I put my hands between there. Oops. You don't want to fold it over or make it touch itself or even get little kinks and stuff until it dries. It is still wet, but isn't that cute? And like I said, we'll just let this dry nice and flat, and then I'll come back with an iron and heat set it for a few minutes on the highest setting you can get your t-shirt, and then it's safe to wash and dry and do everything you want. So that's kind of exciting. So I thank you all for coming here. Make sure you tune in on Thursday at 4 p.m. We'll do our Thrifty Thursday. I don't even know what we're doing yet. I'm thinking I've got some projects on hold here. So hopefully we will see you, and make sure to have a very blessed evening and keep on crafting.